Yo, what is up, guys? This is Braden from Ethan and Braden Productions, and today, at last, we are doing what all of you have been waiting for. I know all of you have been waiting for it, because episode 3 of Director's Commentary has almost twice as many views as the previous episode before that. So today, we are doing another episode of YouTuber Wars Director's Commentary. Today we'll be commentating on episode 4, Collapse of the Imperial Forces. I'll try to stay on topic like last time. I made some improvements last time. It was only 9 minutes. It wasn't 15 minutes, which, 9 minutes is still a lot for a 4-minute video, but hey, we're making progress. We're making progress, boys. Keep in mind, I don't script these at all. These are 100% improv, so if they sound crappy, that's probably why. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. So, as always, we start with the disclaimer. Pretty standard. Ethan Braden Productions getting their butt whooped. I must admit, I underestimate all of you. However, that doesn't mean I'm done for. Yeah, we'll see about that one. Anyways, so before we get further into the video, I just think this is probably a relevant thing to bring up since this is episode 4. After YouTuber Wars is over, I am probably going to do a Country Ball animation series about the events during episode 4 from, the Violet Army's perspective, which, for the two of you that don't know, the Violet Army is Ethan and Braden's army. Why did I refer to myself in third person? I am Braden. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to do, a Country Ball animation series after YouTuber Wars is over, and there's going to be 12 episodes of YouTuber Wars now, because the whole part system was kind of arbitrary, in my opinion. So, yeah, expect that sometime in the future. Not soon, because, I already have, other mapping stuff. I have, gaming stuff, videos of E. That kind of includes some of the gaming stuff, like Minecraft videos. Not only that, but I also have school starting soon, if I didn't already say that. I'm not entirely sure, because I kind of just ramble. I sometimes forget what I say. Yeah, I'm kind of stupid sometimes, but hey, it's good content for you guys, so... Well, I don't mean that as in I try to be stupid for content. I mean, I just kind of am. And I try to keep it at least decent quality. Okay, I am rambling. I was literally getting better at this. Okay, let's just get back to the video. Allies attack! Why, yes, the people with 1,000 subs added up total. Okay, I forgot that. Okay, two things. One, that text went by way too fast, but basically, they just said, hey, idiots, as long as we don't chicken out, we're gonna win this. What else was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. I said your allies have 1,000 subscribers total thing, subscribers actually matter in this series. They really don't. I mean, I think, this episode, okay, so, the first 3 episodes and, episode 7, I think those are the only times, subscribers are, directly mentioned in the series. Subscribers isn't really a factor. They're kind of just countries, and sometimes the subscriber count loosely determines how strong the country is, but when I made this episode, Ethan Braden Productions had less than 200 subs, so obviously that's not the only factor. You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, good. Let's go! Big claps in our original goal is gonna come. It might be hard to tell, but the little gray area that you see if you really look closely, that was Monica laughing for the claps. Very low. Very nice. Oh, Empire Zero Mapping. Yeah, the entire series, Empire Zero Mapping, is just low-key on Imperial Forces side, but he just doesn't want to say it out of fear that Adresian will, get mad at him or something. I think that's what I was trying to do, yeah. So basically, this moment's pretty much the final nail in the coffin for the Imperial Forces, because they're already struggling, as you can tell, Ethan Braden Productions is losing land rapidly. Monica's already done for. Shifter the series lost all their coasts, which when you're the primary naval source of naval power for the Imperial forces, that's not very good, because that means they can't really use any of their ships. Ethan Braden Productions, the Lakeside City is under siege, okay, and then like some of the cities in what later becomes E's country later in the episode, they're gone. PokeTubers already took those, and they're starting to head towards Fred City and Ethan Braden headquarters, which is in the central area. I say all these cities like you guys know them. You'd only know them if you play the Armchair Commander scenarios, because I haven't mentioned very many of them yet, but I'm gonna fix that, okay? Basically, a bridge version of that rambling, they're getting their butt kicked. Really? You guys too? Oh, if you look closely, you can see the Lakeside City when Ethan Braden lights up. But you can't really see it when they're blue, because it just blends in with the ocean. It's not really stated, but there was basically this system that they set in place when they created the Imperial forces, that if Ethan Braden Productions ever gets, like, killed, or, like, they lose communications with Ethan Braden Productions for whatever reason, Cheesy Milk's the de facto leader of the Imperial forces. It's mentioned on the wiki, but it's not mentioned here, and Halo, if you're watching this, you could proudly say that you were the leader of the Imperial forces for a grand total of 5 seconds. You can pause it if you want. I'm not gonna read the trees. Basically, it's just saying the Getty kicks butt, Imperial forces suck. That's basically what it's saying. Okay, so I just like to talk about these conditions real quick. So the biggest thing you notice is that Ethan Braden Productions kind of doesn't exist anymore. It's now it's 2 countries, Colonel Integra and Ethan Arbor. You already know this if you've seen the series, which I'm assuming most of you have, considering the majority of people who watch these directors' commentaries have already seen every episode and just like hearing my ramblings. Anyway, so Colonel Integra, Ethan Arbor, yeah, they were kind of pressured by Spaghetti to split, but at the same time, there were little arguments between the two before the war ended. So here's how the system worked. Okay, so there's the Violet Army, and then Colonel Integra controls Army Group North, Ethan Arbor controls Army Group South, and they kind of fought over, like, supplies and stuff a little bit throughout the whole thing. And also, Colonel Integra, aka me, wanted to have bigger government afterward, wanted to be more authoritarian, start a dictatorship so they can control the people against Spaghetti. But E was like, no, America, democracy, good. Even though America isn't a democracy, but you know what I mean, guys. Basically, Ethan Arbor, he's more democratic than Colonel Integra, pretty much. So that's one of the main factors of division. And also, these borders are a little weird. Spaghetti, they just got the entire lakeside area, and there's a river called the Violet River, but that's completely ignored in the treaty for some reason. Hold on, what else did I want to point out? Oh, I remember now. Braden Mappin gets way more land than he had in episode 2. He has, twice the amount of land he originally had, so Dumb Crap Games really got screwed over in this treaty, and that's why they don't do anything until episode 10, because crickets. This part's pretty standard for early YouTuber Wars Season 1, just countries expanding, countries meeting more countries, countries becoming allies. It's pretty much what it is. As you can see, the dialogue has improved a lot. This is pretty much just, it's bare bones, kind of. It's not horrible, but it's, very simplistic. See, in a later episode, this would probably be a little more complicated. If this happened in, say, episode 10, this probably have more detail to it, but it happened in episode 4, which was the last episode of, the original bunch that I made. Okay, so if you guys are confused about the statement I just made, pretty much, from October to December was the first, like, wave of YouTuber Wars episodes, you could put it. Like, I literally made them back to back. Like, just 4 episodes of YouTuber Wars in a row, no other content. I was just grinding YouTuber Wars. Because it was fun. I have actually pretty good memories, especially, like, the early episodes. Like, December of 2020, before, like, you know, like, Christmas and stuff, my, like, biggest memories are, like, working on YouTuber Wars Episode 4 and watching Salty Ray because it was recommended by Egyptian Mapping, no regrets, so yeah. By the way, if you could find it, that's an anime I'd definitely recommend. Oh, by the way, Egyptian Mapping, I honestly didn't even mean to do this, like, when I first did it. But Egyptian Mapping, after the episode came out, he's like, hey, you added my personality. I'm always the worried one, which I kind of see it now, but I didn't really realize that back then. I kind of just wanted to have him as the one who's kind of cautious about all this, because there's got to be one reasonable person in all this. Because Adresian, you know, he just wants everyone to, I don't know how to put it, like, he's like kind of like what the Neo-Imperial forces are in Season 2. He's kind of just trying to keep everyone and not killing each other, and he doesn't really care what measures he has to take in order to fulfill that. And Italia, you know, he's kind of bombastic, as you see in Episode 8, how, like, he's kind of a little nuts. That's why he almost killed Adresian and Wolf single-handedly. Because he's just that nuts, okay? He's a crackhead. As Ethan would say. Yay, best part of the episode, the monologue, yay. If this was episode 10, this would be a much longer monologue, but hey. See, this was before, like, the Lakeside City was, like, a major location in the series. This was, like, when I was, like, first starting to come up with it. So, it's, like, you'd be kind of confused what they're talking about unless you were paying attention to that specific part of the map. And you have a screen big enough that you could see the 10 pixels that is Lakeside City. By the way, Spaghetti isn't actually committing genocide, or at least not on the level that Colonel Integra is alleging. This is kind of just an accusation thrown out by Colonel Integra because they're mad, pretty much. It's pretty much what it is. They just want to make Spaghetti look bad so the rest of the people hate them. The rest of the people might be listening. Either that or you're just paranoid because he just lost a war. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the second thing. Freedom shall triumph in the end. Good line. Good line. Well, that is it, guys. Be sure to be tuned in for more Ethan Braden Productions content pretty soon. I'll try to do another Armchair Commander video soon. I haven't been entirely sure what mission I want to do yet. Like, if I want to do one I've already made, or, like, do, another battle from YouTuber Wars before the ones I already have. You know, I just have to kind of make a few decisions in that department. Also, YouTuber Wars Episode 11, I hope to get it out before school starts. I can't guarantee it, because I still have a lot of work to do on it. Like, I'm going to do this whole bit in it where it's, like, Port State, where he's shown in detail. Like, you can see, like, the divisions and stuff. I want it to be cool, okay? So, please leave a like if you enjoyed the content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Maybe you didn't like the content, and you're like, oh, this sucks. Yeah, feel free to leave a dislike, but don't be like certain individuals and just brigade me for no reason. Anyway, peace, Braden out.